Once you graduate from college, how much money do you want to make? $44,000? $46,000? $32,000? Have you thought about how many hours you want to work per week? 40? 50? 60? Of those numbers listed, how many of you want to earn $45,000 a year and work an average of 40 hours a week? Here's a better question. How many of you want to work 50 to 60 hours a week and make only $32,000 a year? Can you guess the professions? According to the National Education Association, if you picked making $45,000 a year, you should have become an accountant. If you picked working long 50-hour plus work weeks and only making $32,000 a year, then you chose to become a teacher. Hello, my name is Haley Smith. I have many friends that became educators out of college here in Oklahoma. Oklahoma teacher pay is ranked 48th in the nation, and instead of giving teachers a raise, Oklahoma is about to cut taxes and reduce money to education. It is clear Oklahoma teachers deserve a well-needed raise. Is it a coincidence that our students are performing poorly compared to students of other states across this great nation? Where do you think our students rank compared to the students of other states? NewsOK.com states that our students are ranked 48th. Wait a second. Didn't we just hear that our teachers were ranked 48th in pay? That old statement, you get what you pay for, comes to mind. Oklahoma does lead in some educational stats, however. The Tulsa World claims that Oklahoma leads the nation in state funding cuts to education since the recession in 2008. This is not a stat to be proud of, but one of shame. We spend 24% less on education now than we did in 2008. In January, the state legislature will be cutting taxes 0.25%. Is 0.25% in state income tax more important than giving our teachers a raise? Many teachers reach into their own pockets to provide their students that which the parents cannot provide. There are numerous cases of teachers providing school supplies, food, and even clothing to children. This is a burden expected of our teachers. There's no compensation for these acts of kindness. If Oklahomans want to provide a better education for our children, if we want to have higher test scores, if we want to have greater safety, if we want to have better facilities, if we want our kids to be ready for the real world, it requires spending money on amazing teachers. Higher paying teachers' salaries will attract better teachers who will in turn make better decisions for our children. Instead of cutting the 0.25% in taxes, let's invest in education. If we were to force that money into education, we could give teachers a better wage. I think it is important to keep this money away from the legislators. Otherwise, the education system will never see it. If more money is needed, it can also be pulled from the Oklahoma tobacco settlement. Fighting tobacco use starts in the home, and it continues with our teachers in school. The state is drawing interest from this $1 billion fund. Money could be taken from this fund to help give our teachers a raise immediately. Imagine what our teachers could accomplish if many of them didn't have to have part-time jobs. If they could completely focus on your child, what would our children learn? Imagine if teachers in Oklahoma were not fleeing to nearby states. If so, we may not have over 700 open teaching positions in our state right now. Teachers in Texas make $50,000 a year. And teachers living in Oklahoma are commuting across state lines to find better jobs. I myself might have become a teacher if teachers were paid more money. I was concerned I would not be able to provide a comfortable enough living for my growing family and chose to become a business major instead? How many other college graduates are facing this dilemma? How many of these students might have become leaders in education? Remember, our kids are worth it. If we invest in teachers, our children will learn more. Imagine the growth of our state if we were full of fresh young minds. What if we could get our children's test scores rated in the top 50% of our nation? Our state would be better for it. Get in touch with your legislators and let them know that we do not need another tax cut. We need higher teacher salaries. This is going to be a battle, but if we all work together, we can get these teachers raises. Also, let your local teachers know that you appreciate them and that you will help in any way you can to get them a raise. Remember, you get what you pay for. Thank you.